Central Illinois' best source for news and weather. WAND News at 4 starts now.
Paying tribute now at 4, how a community continues to honor a fallen officer and help move his legacy forward. Plus, new information about the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, where investigators say security failed and changes being made to prevent future security threats. We're going to start with breaking news first at 4. The 4th of July fireworks over Lake Decatur have been canceled. The Decatur Park District announced the fireworks provider withdrew its proposal because it has been unable to provide a trained and certified crew. This comes as Illinois will move into Phase 5 of the Restore Illinois plan this Friday with a full reopening of all businesses and activities. This means all current capacity limits will be lifted for the first time since the start of the pandemic. And just moments ago, the Macon County Crisis Communication Team thanked the community today for their efforts throughout the pandemic. As the state is set to move into Phase 5 this Friday, the county has administered over 70,000 vaccines to people in the fight against COVID-19. 34% of adults in Macon County are now fully vaccinated.
We weren't always right, but we came through this as a team, and I'm very proud of this community. We set other things aside, competitiveness, silos. We put some things on a back burner because it was more important to work toward the health of this community and getting us through this pandemic. So I want to say thank you to all of these people here, the others who have been a part of this team, as well as our community, because we are very special. Decatur, Illinois, Macon County, we are special people who care very deeply about one another.
Now, health officials continue to urge residents who are not vaccinated to wear a mask and practice social distancing. More Central Illinoisans are getting the COVID shot. 44% of Sangamon County and 43% of Champaign County residents are fully vaccinated. 54% of Illinois adults are fully vaccinated. 62% have received their first dose. The White House COVID Task Force says you will soon be able to get the COVID-19 vaccine at your job. The task force is also working with the governor and the FDA and how they can lengthen the shelf life of the Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine.
We are very pleased that effective immediately, the American Hospital Association has launched the capability to bring vaccinations directly to people's workplaces through their member hospitals.
More than 42% of Americans are now fully vaccinated. For the latest COVID-19 vaccine information, you can visit WANDTV.com.
I am tracking some big thunderstorms just off to the north of Interstate 64, so let's check out the map here. Now, 64 runs south of 70. If you're not in the know, even numbered interstates are west-east, odd are north-south. So look farther to the south of Effingham, and that's where we see that red and orange, yellow, some big-time thunderstorms. We had one Doppler-indicated tornado down in this area near Olney, Richland County earlier this afternoon. Part of a weakening area of low pressure that's going to run up into portions of central Illinois a little bit later on this evening. You can see the cloud-sun mix on our Flooring America camera network out at EIU. And watch what's going to happen here. Some of the storms are going to be intense throughout the first part of the nighttime hours, then diminish, refire with that area of low pressure that I mentioned earlier for tomorrow, and then all headed off to the east as we roll on into the latter stage of the work week. We'll have more on that coming up in a little bit from now, Chris.
We have some developing news now. A federal jury has convicted a Springfield man for attempted child enticement. 42-year-old Rafael Jose Barrios had been speaking with someone that he thought were minors over social media. He even tried to meet the minors at a home. He will appear in court for sentencing in October. The trial of a Decatur woman accused of smothering her 19-month-old son began today. Jessica Logan called 911 in 2019 saying her son Jaden was unresponsive in bed. A police search of Logan's cell phone showed she had Googled how to suffocate the day before her son was found dead. Logan has pled not guilty. Honoring a hero, local restaurants and businesses are paying tribute to fallen Champaign officer Chris Oberheim. There are several dine and donate events happening this week, continuing today with Texas Roadhouse. WAND's Megan Whitlock live outside of the restaurant in Forsyth. And Megan, what are they doing?
Yeah, Chris, that's right. People can come out to the Texas Roadhouse here in Forsyth or the location in Champaign for 10% of their bill total to be donated to the Chris Oberheim Memorial Fund. Now, they will be open here tonight until 10 o'clock, and all sales, including dine-in and takeout, will be included in that fundraiser. If you can't make it out here tonight, all Champaign-Urbana Culvers are donating 20% of their sales tomorrow. Now, the family says they plan to use all the money raised to support law enforcement and their families. For now, live in Decatur, Megan Whitlock, WAND News.
And as Megan mentioned, tomorrow Culver's locations in Champaign will be donating 20% of its sales. And now through Thursday, Angel Paul's Grooming in Champaign will donate $5 of every groom to the Memorial Fund. New at 4, a bipartisan report on the January 6th insurrection reveals the Capitol Police Intelligence Division knew for weeks that Trump supporters were planning to attack the Capitol. The report outlines a series of security lapses but does not study the former president's role in encouraging the mob. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Profound intelligence and security failures. That's what a new bipartisan Senate report blames for allowing the deadly January 6th Capitol siege to get so out of control.
This was like the Super Bowl of domestic terrorism, and there should have been planning ahead.
The report is the most comprehensive yet, detailing how federal intelligence agencies failed to properly warn law enforcement before the attack. A bipartisan team of senators found the Capitol Police Intelligence Division did learn weeks in advance that supporters of former President Trump were discussing how to infiltrate the complex through tunnels and target members of Congress, but failed to pass it up the chain of command to act on the threat.
It was just amazing that intelligence did not get in the right hands here.
One rank-and-file officer is quoted in the report saying, "We were ill-prepared. We were not informed with intelligence. We were betrayed." Officer Brian Sicknick died after trying to fight off the violent mob. To prevent a similar disaster, the senators recommend empowering Capitol Police to directly request National Guard support, improving police training and equipment, and streamlining intelligence. The report did not examine former President Trump's role in motivating the rioters, which one officer who spoke to NBC News in his personal capacity said was clear.
They can continue to say, we are here because our President Trump sent us here, and we won't listen to nobody else but him.
Democratic lawmakers argue the Senate report only strengthens the case for a sweeping 9/11-style commission that Republicans previously blocked. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi told colleagues today if the Senate does not approve a bipartisan January 6th commission, Democrats should be prepared to pursue investigations on their own. The CEO of Colonial Pipeline testified before the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee this morning. He defended his decision to pay more than $4 million in ransom to hackers in a cyber attack which shut down the country's largest fuel supplier for a week.
It was the hardest decision I've made in my 39 years in the energy industry, and I know how critical our pipeline is to the country, and I put the interests of the country first.
The pipeline is just one of a growing list of major operations targeted by ransomware attacks, and many of them are tied to the nation's critical infrastructure. Senators warn the country needs to step up cybersecurity defenses. Lacking confidence after the break, the community facing some of the highest financial debt in the nation.
You're watching Central Illinois' best source for news and weather.
More than 36 million American families will soon get monthly payments from the federal government child tax credits. Families will get up to $300 per month for each eligible child under the age of 6. They'll also get up to $250 monthly for each qualifying child aged 6 to 17. The payments will go out mid-month starting July 15th. The IRS is notifying people who may be eligible based on their tax returns. A recent Prudential survey found fewer LGBTQIA Americans are confident in their finances. 31% of the population say they are confident, compared to 36% of other Americans. Job discrimination, unequal access to benefits, and a lack of family support may add to their financial concerns.
For many LGBTQ folks, they don't have their parents in that aspect of their life. They're not getting support when it comes to paying for college. They don't have parents there when they buy their first home or helping them buy their first car.
Experts say the key to paying down debt or building savings is finding someone trustworthy to talk about it with. Health experts warn summer can increase the chance of skin irritation. Common rashes can be caused by sun poisoning, heat, and bug bites. Sun poisoning appears as large red spots that can cause the skin to swell slightly. This should be treated by a doctor as soon as possible. Experts say for heat rashes to take a cool shower and change into light clothing to allow the skin to breathe. For bug bites, they recommend using Benadryl or lotion. A new safety feature for Illinois roadways. In 7 minutes, the program meant to crack down on unlawful driving. A push to crack down on uninsured drivers. The Illinois Secretary of State will start automatically checking drivers' auto insurance twice a year. If no insurance is found through a database, drivers will receive a letter. All verification will be done through insurance providers. Once drivers are in the system, any policy changes or updates will be automatically updated with the state.
In terms of our office verifying electronically that you have insurance, if you have insurance, you don't have to do a thing. It's done seamlessly electronically with your insurance company. And again, I think the point here is we're trying to crack down on uninsured motorists. And if you're someone who doesn't have automobile insurance, you should get it now.
Under the new system, drivers without insurance could have their license plate suspended and fines up to $100. Drivers will still be required to carry proof of insurance. Deadly accident rates in Illinois remain high. According to the state data, there have already been nearly 400 deadly crashes in 2021 so far. The state has seen 36 more deaths this year than last year at this time. In at least 100 cases, deaths occurred while the person was not wearing a seatbelt. Unearthing history coming up, a look at the largest dinosaur ever discovered. It's apparently new again. There is renewed craze for Pokemon cards, and things are getting wild over them. A Target has pulled the cards from shelves after a fight broke out in a Wisconsin store. Promotional cards have also been reported stolen from inside cereal boxes across the country.
We've never had the kind of supply issues like this before, where it's so hard to get stuff. We're having to order from 7 different distributors just to kind of keep it where we actually have something.
Okay. Experts say the boom in popularity is due to social media influencers. Scalpers have also drove up prices, and there is the ramp up in marketing. The 25th anniversary of the trading card game is coming up. Australian scientists have confirmed the discovery of one of the largest dinosaur species ever. The site where the bones were found is the outback of Queensland in northeast Australia. The dinosaur lived an estimated 92 to 96 million years ago. Researchers say the dinosaur was as long as a basketball court and as tall as a 2-story building.
Now, Australotitan means southern titan, and Cooperensis means from the Cooper Creek of Queensland in southwest Queensland. And this is where this gigantic dinosaur was discovered.
See the difference?
Now, bones of the dinosaur were first uncovered more than a decade ago by cattle farmers after soil covering them weathered away. Give you a live look over Lake Decatur, or a black screen. We'll be right back after this.
Hottest, Chris, since last August.
A good time to download the WAND weather app because it'll keep you updated on what's to come, and we'll have more news and weather and sports coming up at 5. See you then.